Jackson. You got your mom helping you out on your contract deal. Sorry, bro. These professionals who know how to do things are gonna hurt you. They're not gonna give you what you want. Now you got franchise tag and nobody's touching you. You have to play this season or sit it out. Whose fault is that? Yours or the Ravens or the NFL? Well, people are saying that the NFL is blacklisting you, or not blacklisting you, but they are not. It's a racial thing. No, it's not a racial thing. You are a hot commodity. The Ravens didn't offer. They offered you $40 million, but it wasn't what you wanted. It wasn't 100% guaranteed because you think you are Deshaun Watson, you are this, you are that. The problem is you're not, because you've been injury prone for the last 2 years. You hurt yourself. Ask yourself this question. Do I want to play football? Do I want to be somebody that put a stamp on this league and say, hey, here's me in the Super Bowl winning like Patrick Mahomes, like Tom Brady, like Aaron Rodgers. Go to the Super Bowl like Joe Burrow did in his first year. Where are you right now? Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl. Where are you right now? Drew Brees won a Super Bowl. Where are you right now? Still trying to negotiate a contract to play for a team you don't want to be on, or if you want to be on, you're not doing it.
I had a piece of that.
Stop negotiating. Play it out. It's 1 year. Play it out. Call it a day. Here's Zeke. You got dropped from the Cowboys, which I did not see coming. But my boys
come
did.
on.
I did not see that coming.
Stevie Wonder saw that coming.
I thought he was going to renegotiate his contract. Well, Zeke, now
Helen
you got
Keller
places to
saw that one
go.
coming.
They're saying he might wind up in Buffalo. Or wherever Zeke go, he going to get paid. He's not going to get paid what he thought he was going to get from the Cowboys, but he going to get paid.
So,
You're not on camera, so you can't talk.
You can't talk.
If you're not on camera, you can't talk.
My bad.
Zeke, here's real talk. Go to Miami. Go to Miami. Don't go to Buffalo.
Is he going to work in Miami? Buffalo would be a better spot, I think.
Well, you got to shed a load. Well, he needs to shed. According to analysts, he got to shed a load wherever he go. You might well come to Houston then and shed a load with Pierce. All right, just shed a load. It doesn't matter.
At least that would give Houston a running game.
And you can get paid in Houston.
Yeah,
you can't get paid nowhere else. You will get paid.
Well, he could get paid in Miami. I think they even may have a little bit of cap space in Buffalo.
They're not going to pay him like Houston will.
No.
Oh, you can go to Minnesota and ride behind Cook. You're not going to get no plane.
That would be a good share load, because
you can go to the Jets. You can go to the Jets with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, that's something I want to talk about. But we'll get to that one later.
No, we can talk about it now.
Aaron
It's a segue.
No.
Ezekiel Elliott, Aaron Rodgers, and the Jets.
You already did Lamar rant?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Sorry, I missed that part. I'm just saying, as far as Zeke goes, the sky's the limit of where you go, but you're going to be number 2. You're not going to be number 1.
Oh, depending on where he goes.
Where can he go be number 1 running back?
Jets.
You already said Houston.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tennessee.
That's if they lose Derek Carr.
No, Derek Carr gone. Derek Henry gone. Derek Henry gone. He's going to be gone. Zeke, you want to be a starting running back, then act like a starting running back. Run like a starting running back. Perform like... You would have got pilfered by Pollard if you would have did your fucking job.
He's getting paid. Why would he do his job?
You're getting paid. You're supposed to do your job.
No, you're just supposed to not get injured and you're going to get your paycheck.
Oh, that's how it works.
That's how it works. But you get the 2,000 yard season.
He didn't get that.
Whatever.
He didn't get 1,000 yards.
I don't. Whatever.
But
whatever. You get those big numbers early in your career to get paid, and then you're basically getting paid to just not get injured. Welcome to the NFL.
Well, you got the numbers early on. You got paid, and then you suffered a lot of
hits.
I ain't gonna say hits. Well, if you're gonna say hits, personal hits.
Well, there was some nagging injuries.
I mean, but you have to understand the first 2 years, the reason why he led in rushing is because he was hitting pretty hard and then going. So those hits,
he was running over people.
Oh, so he was Earl Campbell before Earl Campbell was Earl Campbell.
Right, but even think about it, even with Earl Campbell.
I'm sorry. Let's go. Let's go to the real talk. Dude, stop smoking weed. Stop smoking weed. Stop smoking weed and play football.
He doesn't even smoke weed. We don't even have the weed smoker here. Not that we have any, and not that we condone any. And for those people that are in Colorado, it's legal, so we don't.
What was that dude that came out of college? The little big back, the black dude, number 34, came out of Texas. Wanted to be like the weed czar of football. What's his name?
Are you talking about
Bell?
You know what I'm talking about? No.
He traded Dick, not Dick Bucket.
I said Dick Bucket.
He traded the Bears coach.
He went.
He traded. It was in Saints, right?
Yeah, he went to the Saints.
He traded.
We know y'all know what we're talking about.
But
I'm saying,
I don't know who they're talking about.
But I'm saying, the thing about Zeke is you got the talent, all the talent in the world, and yet you just it's not about the weed thing. Let's just
Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams.
Well,
let's cut that out. It's not about the talent thing, bro. You just gotta apply yourself, and you can be back to where you were. I was never a Dallas Cowboy. I was never a Dallas Cowboy fan, but I did root for you and Dak all the time. When you fell off, Dak played his ass off. He didn't fall off. You did.
Dak struggled because of you.
He struggled because he didn't have you. You struggled because when you didn't have him, you struggled.
What you mean?
The thing I'm saying
is he threw a lot of interceptions. That takes hard work to throw all those interceptions.
Yeah, especially when you ain't got the running back where you can dip it off.
Wait a minute. Fourth quarter interceptions. Does this sound like another Dallas Cowboy QB that we know?
Tony Romo? Tony Homo?
Man, Romo was my guy.
So what is it with them?
Hey, y'all messing it up. Real talk. Zeke, no matter where you go,
this has been a good rant so far.
Zeke, no matter where you go, I hope you land on your feet. But at the same token, you got to put the effort out there, bro.
No, well, the beautiful thing is you're going to get paid to sit on the bench and not get injured. But if you want another contract after this one, yeah, you better start performing.
When Pollard outperforms you, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
I mean, maybe they were trying to be smart and just cut him.
They cut him already. No, about being smart. They cut him.
What I'm saying is they could release him.
Release is a cut. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So they could have released him.
The question I have is
pay the money this year and then
no,
sign the money.
did they still have another year on this contract?
They released him as a cut. That means I cut you from this team. I'm gonna give you this money to go the fuck away.
No, but think about it. If I release you now, right, and pay the penalty for that, then I can sign you back under a smaller contract.
They're not gonna sign him back.
No, I'm just
because he's not gonna go back.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a possibility. That's all I'm saying. Because he was eating a lot of cap space.
But at the end of the day, Zeke, go find you a team, put your best effort out there, and make sure that you elevate yourself back to where you used to be or somewhere toward that.
Because remember, it was a 5-year contract for $100 million. Wasn't
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Go to Tennessee.
Possible landing spots. A good one would be
Tennessee, Buffalo.
Of course, he's in a shot. A good one would be here in Houston.
No.
They have
And of course, whatever.
We don't want that.
But that's okay. He has his opinion. A good spot would be here in Houston. We have a lot of first-round draft picks. If they solve the QB spot, then this would be a good landing spot. You're not going to get much running time if you go to Philly. Miami would be a good landing spot. Buffalo definitely needs you.
New York.
New Orleans, and I would even say Raiders.
But New Orleans got Kamara, so
yeah. But I mean, they could still use it. It would still be. You wouldn't get paid, but it would
Seattle.
Seattle's a good spot.
Seattle has a Walker. He's a top 4 back.
Top 5.
Yeah.
But still, they're 1-2 punch. You need a 1-2 punch in this league.
Who's the second
punch?
What
about Arizona or
Zeke? Zeke is not a second punch. He wouldn't need a second punch at Dallas with Tony Pollard. And Tony Pollard became the starter. You're right.
You know what?
Y'all heard that.
Go to a place with a good offensive line. Denver.
All right. Go to a place with Denver and die.
Just go to the Jets where careers go.
I thought that was the Raiders.
Just go to
Denver and die. Yeah,
just go to the Jets where careers go to die.
All right. Well, that was my rant, and they jumped in on my rant on Zeke. But I'm gonna tell you, Zeke, just go wherever you land. Put your best foot forward. Put your best foot forward and do your thing. Now, with that being said,
Chiefs, they'd be
with that being said,
so
I want to ask
Kansas City Chiefs. Don't listen to him. Kansas City Chiefs.
If he goes to the Chiefs with less money,
you get
it's going to be less money. It's going to be so much less.
Think about it. That's what Juju did. He went for less money just to be a fourth.
Hey, Zeke, go sign a $100,000 contract for 1 year with Kansas City.
You'll have a Super Bowl.
So,
yeah. Oh, you think Kansas City going to win again?
Yeah.
And then that way you can stick it to Jerry and say, hey, Jerry, next year I got a Super Bowl ring.
His name is Aaron Rodgers. I believe he signed or he says he's going to the Jets.
Why is it that he needs to? He feels like he needs to follow
because he thinks he's Joe Montana.
I don't know why you answered that.
Oh, not Joe Montana. What's his name? Broadway Joe. What's his name? Broadway Joe.
Joe Namath?
Joe Namath. He thinks he's Joe. Look at him. He's doing all this. Oh, I'm this. I'm psychic.
I find it funny. He's following Favre's footsteps.
I heard that. And I read that. Yes, he is.
Jets. Why? Because I guarantee you, if he goes to the Jets, then they can turn around and trade him to Minnesota or the Bears or whoever, just like Favre did.
Well, what's his name? Cousins is on his way out.
Yep. So Minnesota would be a spot.
So Minnesota can make a big ass deal.
Chicago
to get
needs a
Favre.
good QB.
I mean, Favre Jr. back. And
I don't think they wouldn't go to. He wouldn't go to Detroit. No. Yeah.
I mean, they have
Minnesota.
They have a star receiver. They have a star back.
And they got a good defensive line.
I mean,
but Thielen's gone. Thielen's gone. So you got to get tight ends. You got to get another.
He said Detroit,
but we said Detroit.
We talking about Minnesota.
But what?
Because Favre went to the Jets to Minnesota. Remember?
Right. Yeah, but
this is the same thing.
We were talking about different other landing spots.
Yeah.
Because Chicago would be just as good, and he made a comment about Detroit being a good spot.
You can't go to Chicago because they sold on Fields. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
The same car.
So then it would only be Minnesota and Detroit.
Or Tampa Bay.
And that way you can get the...
well, Tampa Bay got Baker Mayfield.
Did it? Well...
The Tampa Bay got who?
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. And Tampa Bay got who?
Baker Mayfield.
Tampa Bay got who?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know why. One man's trash is another man's trash.
I'm sorry. We having fun with this one. We really having fun with this one.
Look, people will sit there and argue with me that Baker Mayfield is a quality quarterback.
No, we don't argue with you that Baker Mayfield. You don't want to say he's a quality.
We knew who they were.
I never said he was a quality quarterback.
He's the same thing as that kid that came out of Texas A&M.
Manziel.
Yeah, that's Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield is who we thought he was, and they still bring him into other locker rooms. How many times you got to see?
He's a leader.
How many times you got to see?
He's a leader.
No, he's not. He's barely a leader.
What did he lead?
The most commercials shown on TV.
Okay, so he knows how to market himself.
Yeah, he's a leader.
I don't know. Look, there were flashes of excellence in Cleveland with the right group of people around him, but I haven't seen much out of him lately. I mean,
he needs to have a lot of stars. So, see, you have to. That's what I tell people. In Cleveland, he had Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, Njoku,
Chubb,
Austin Hooper, Chubb.
So why the Rams trying to sign him?
Remember, he had an all-star in left tackle in Joe Thomas.
Yep.
He had Landry and Beckham on the same team.
And honestly,
the line was like top four.
The offensive line was
top 5.
And that helped not only the running game, but his passing.
And he had Landry and Beckham on the same.
I just said that. And then on top of that, that's just the offense. Go to defense. He had Garrett. He had Reader. He had all these stars on defense that held the points down. If you look at Cleveland's game, they were like 20-point games.
So is that him? Is that him coaching?
But he couldn't get 21 on the board.
But who was the coach? Who was coaching that team? Him or the coach?
Well, the first one was Hugh Jackman, but because he and Hugh Jackman had a beef. The ownership went with Baker Mayfield instead of Hugh Jackman.
So I say again,
so then
who was the coach?
But then they brought
him or the coach?
But then the ownership brought in Freddie Kitchens, which was an offensive coordinator under Hugh Jackman.
And I go again.
Because Freddie Kitchens and Baker Mayfield were buddy.
He's telling you.
but they were buddy. That's why they were catering to Baker Mayfield. So okay, so now that you're catering to Baker Mayfield, Freddie Kitchens took your team from what was it?
Back then,
from playoff contention to barely making the playoffs. I think they were 8 or 9 or whatever.
Well, was that the coach or the players?
That was the coach because the games that they lost was coaching. It was piss poor coaching. Like, why would you even call this play? It was 4th and 1. Why are you throwing a pass play? That's stupid.
Oh, wait a minute. The Patriots, didn't the Patriots or the Seattle Seahawks lose a game or something like that at the goal line why would you call this play?
Right, but
it's
this is
execution on that.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, no, I mean, it's still. I mean, if you have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, put them both.
Oh, you had beast mode in Seattle, so
no.
It's the same thing.
No, listen to me. If you're at 4th and 1, you got Kareem. Look, you can have Kareem Hunt right here. You can have Nick Chubb right here. You can pick which one. One of them's gonna get you on your arm.
Oh, it's 4th and 1, and you got beast mode. It's the same thing. Give beast mode the ball, let him run it in for a yard instead of throw the ball.
And I love how.
What I'm saying is,
how many times
who calls the plays?
How
the
many
quarterback
times have I
or the
explained
coach?
that situation with beast
Quarterback
mode
or the coach? Quarterback or the coach? Who calls the plays?
Offensive coordinator.
Okay, who runs the plays? The players on the field.
Okay.
If you give them a player that's going to win the
I
game.
know where he's going with this.
I don't know.
Oh, wow. Y'all doing it again. Never mind. Next.
So anyways, back to my point. So what I was saying was ultimately, so they fired that coach. So Freddie Kitchens got fired, even though that was Baker Mayfield's choice. So then now you bring a whole new guy in, Stefanski.
You just said
so now Stefanski rewrites the ship. Now they're playoff contenders every year. But then all of a sudden, now your quarterback play is losing because you can't blame it on Odell left. Mm-hmm. Now you have no Odell there. You're still losing games. How is that still possible? Now you have to look at the quarterback.
What was
so
said?
when you go back and look at the quarterback, you're
what
like,
was said? What
well,
was
hey,
said?
you missed this guy because Landry. Remember, we were watching one Cleveland game. Landry was coming across the middle. He was wide open. He threw it deep to a receiver that was triple cover. Why?
Because he doesn't know how to read his coverage.
So you have to let him.
And then on top of that, you have him trying to force feed Odell, but then Odell left, and he still doesn't know how to read his coverage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So why would
Look,
the Rams sign him?
Because they need a quarterback.
You draft one. You got the 4th pick.
Remember,
Matthew
Stafford got
It's not, dude, it's not rocket science. It is really not rocket science at all. You want to know what it comes down to? Is what's available.
Right.
Right? It's like a small town trying to find a girlfriend. Sometimes you have to settle for the fat chick.
No. Sorry, Josh. No. I don't settle for I can't do
Well, you don't have to settle, but some people do.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
You gotta go what's available to you.
What's available?
What's
I
available
can't
to you.
do it. I'm sorry, big boy. I can't.
But you have to look at it. They did the
Hey,
Baker Mayfield
if you're lucky, she's got a cute face and a good personality.
But I mean, if you look at it, they won a couple of games, and that was it.
Oh, Jesus. I can't believe you did that.
Oh, watch that.
Oh, wow.
It's going to go viral.
I cannot believe you fucking did that. Sometimes you gotta fuck y'all.
Look, that's the truth. It's the truth anyhow.
All right.
We have to accept it.
Since we finally found a way to shut up John,
No, you have.
we're going to take a moment and restart, and we may edit some of that
You
out
are
anyway.
stupid. You
I
are
mean,
so
you
stupid.
can grow to love a
Oh,
person. What are
God.
you talking about? You can grow to love a
As
person.
long as you grow, you do it.
So, yeah, we'll be right to you after these commercials.
I cannot believe Josh said that.
I can.
It's the proper analogy.
No,
If you can't love the one you want, love the one you're with.
not that one. Please, not that one. I was talking about the Baker Mayfield shit. And then Chuck just ran with it. You just kicked it off. I'm like,
just saying, hey, you gotta go what's available to you.
It could have been easily one of those. Y'all could have easily went with the commercials about Baker Mayfield overselling himself. The Cleveland Browns overselling.
No, those are good commercials. Yeah. I enjoyed the commercials.
Dude, we already admitted that he's a good marketer.
Yeah, I like.
I did say that. He
knew how to market himself, and he got himself set up well.
You have to understand.
The only problem is
whether you overthrowing people or you targeting people, you still suck. That's what I was trying to say.
No, we know he sucks. We agree that he sucks. We agree that he got lucky to be where he's at because obviously.
But then I said, why did the Rams sign him? And Chuck said they needed a quarterback.
No, the Rams didn't sign him.
They did sign him.
I thought he went somewhere else.
No. Last year the Rams signed him because Matthew Stafford got injured.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This year he's with
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Tampa Bay. Okay, you got draft picks. You got draft picks to get a quarterback. Why do you need him?
They don't.
So why did you sign him?
Who's his back? Who was the back?
The backup was Trask.
Trask?
Albert Trask.
The Rams pick at 15.
He was the rookie.
I'm sorry. The Buccaneers pick at 18 or 15 or one of them. They can trade up and get one of them other quarterbacks.
Right. No. Listen to what you said. Trade up. What did they trade up?
Trade up. You ain't got shit to lose. Trade up.
Right.
But they got a lot to lose. Their defense is depleted. Their offensive line is looking porous.
Right.
They don't have a running game. As much as we like the Tampa Bays from a few years ago when they actually won the Super Bowl and were competitive, even Tom Brady couldn't bring him through the
Well, Tom
playoffs.
Brady was dying. And everybody
knew that he was kind of suffering anyway.
Well, you have to look at it. The reason why Tampa Bay, I can understand why Tampa Bay is doing this, trying to preserve the ship, because they just had to lose their star tackle, Donovan Smith. He's the one that won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. That's one of the premier tackles on the line.
An offensive lineman doesn't win a Super Bowl. Sorry.
No, but you got to have an offensive line.
He's the one that kept Brady upright. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you don't have the people that give you the protection,
so what happened in the last 2 years?
At minimum,
when Brady wasn't upright.
Oh man, can I not get a point in before you start yelling over me again? Look, if you don't have the offensive line to give you the protection to get the pass off, or at minimum give you an alleyway for the running back, which they did not have a quality running back over the last 2 years, to at least get down the field. That's why. They are completely depleted. Then to top it off, they've lost some of their defensive players. Their special teams are freaking were never really top par to begin with. And so basically they won on great offense and defense.
Yep.
Hey, you didn't have great offense and defense last 2 years.
That's what I'm saying, because everything's been a decline since then.
After the Super Bowl year, the starters got injured.
No, Tom Brady declined and everybody else declined.
Let's
say it for what it is.
It's not that.
Say it for what it is.
I'm saying that in spite of what his abilities are, he couldn't carry the team because there wasn't one to carry.
And because there was no team to carry.
That's my point.
And he carried the team to the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't.
When he couldn't carry the team no more, there was no team. It was the same team afterwards.
No, it wasn't.
Without him being 100.
Okay.
So
you have to scoot it away for.
So what happened?
Nobody wants to say Tom Brady declined in the last 2 years is the detriment of that team.
Okay,
nobody wants to say it.
No,
except me. I'm sorry,
John. He declined. We're not arguing that.
And the team declined with him because he was carrying that team.
Yes. That's. Yeah.
He was carrying the team. When he fell off, the team fell off.
The same team that was there. Remember, Jameis Winston had that same team. Couldn't do anything. Yeah. When Tom Brady got that, they won a Super Bowl.
And when Tom Brady declined, the team declined. Right. It was all about Tom Brady, carry us on your back. Oh, I'm sorry, Tom Brady, you can't carry us no more. Well, we can't do it no more. And that's what happened to Tampa Bay.
Right. That's part of it.
That's not part of it. That's all of it.
Right. That's part of it because...
That's all of it.
No, hold on. Okay, I'm going to say my last point real quick. So that's part of it. The reason why it's part of it is because that second year, remember when Bruce Arians said, everybody's going to be here, we're going to run it back. That second year, within the first 8 weeks, half of those starters were injured. So with those starters injured...
Making excuse after excuse after excuse.
No, it's not an excuse, it's facts.
It's an excuse.
Sure.
Okay.
He fell off,
whatever.
They fell off.
If half the line is gone, if half my starting line is gone, right, and I got rookies in here protecting me, they don't know my cadence calls. They don't know.
Can you say that about any quarterback?
He's not
any starting quarterback on any NFL team?
Yes, I can.
If half my line is gone, I can't do it.
Hold on. I can say it. Look at what happened with Aaron Rodgers, right? Cool. What happened with what's his name? Baker Mayfield, Matt Ryan's. in the Colts. There's a lot of starting quarterbacks that were pretty good. When their offensive line started breaking down,
I just said that.
They broke down.
I just said that.
When
he fell off, they fell off.
You argued the counterpoint. You said just because they're gone doesn't mean the team can't.
He fell off, they fell off.
If I
That's
don't
what
have
I
the same
said.
protection I used to have, and these rookies can't do it, I'm gonna fall off. You're correct on that point. If that's your point, then we misheard you. But that's not what we heard. We heard that you said, when I sat there and said half the line is gone, you said it doesn't matter. He should be able to do it.
Does matter.
That's what I heard.
Everything stems from the offensive line.
Chuck, you've said it before. We draft these players. We put these players on this team and step their ass up. I'm sorry. You fell off. You step in. You can't do your job. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't do your job. It's my fault or your fault. It's the team fault. But who runs the team? The fucking quarterback and the coach. Don't get it twisted.
I'm not getting it twisted, sir. If that guy
you're inflating it more than it needs to be.
I'm not inflating nothing. I'm just telling you,
Bullshit.
do not do that. Do not say
All right,
that.
all right.
Tom Brady